video, we will tear down this computer and see the actual components.
Actual components?
Oh yeah. There are 4 hard drives. Oh. Wait a minute, this computer is that you can customize it by putting bigger hard drives in the future. Well, with the new Macs, it's impossible to customize them. Now I'm going to remove the housing of the hard drive with this stand. I'm removing the housing from the hard drive. I'm on my 3rd screw. This is the housing. We can access the information from these hard drives by putting them in a dock and connecting it to a computer. So these hard drives are never wasted. We can always reuse them. Inside this hard drive, there's a spinning platter that spins really fast. It spins thousands of times per minute. This is just a CD I'm using to show you, because I don't have a real spinning platter, of course. Inside this hard drive, there are lots of moving parts, and it can go wrong quite easily. Now compare this to this solid state drive. This is an SSD drive which can store 10 times the amount of information. This is so small compared to that. This is the RAM, and we have 2 bays of RAM slots. We're going to take out the RAM. RAM stands for Random Access Memory. These 2 red things are the RAM. The great thing about this computer is you can always add more RAM. You can just slip it in. The information is stored in the hard drive. When you run a program, the hard drive gives the RAM the information, and then the RAM and the CPU work together really fast. If the computer had to keep getting information from the hard drive, it would be really slow. So it's quicker if the information is temporarily stored in the RAM. The more RAM we have, the more quicker we can open applications and have more out at once. Sadly, with this new computer, we can't add any RAM to it unless we ask Apple. The memory comes pre-installed. Now I'm loosening the RAM cable. Oh, there we go. This is an old computer and it's been turned off for a long time. Normally I'd use an anti-static wristband so I don't damage the components. Now I'm going to remove the graphics card. I need to unplug the power to the graphics card. Wow, this is the graphics card. Now I'm going to remove the cover of the CPU. This is the heatsink. There are 2 CPUs inside, and so we have 2 heats. Now I'm going to remove the fan assembly. In order to get to the CPU, I must first take out the cooling fan. Now I'm going to unplug the heatsink. I'm unscrewing the heatsink. It's ready. The hot air away like this. That's the CPU. It's the brainy box of the computer. This here is the heatsink. As you can see, it's got a lot of fins.
The heatsink has fins which gives it a greater surface area.
These fins help to conduct the heat away from the CPU.
At the bottom of the heatsink is a copper metal plate. This copper metal plate touches the CPU, and copper is a good conductor of heat, so the copper takes the heat away.
Let's take the other one off now. Oh, I think this is stuck down still. I think it's just the back one. Budge, budge, budge. Oh, look, this time. There we go. This is the second heatsink. Where's the CPUs? There. Oh, cool. Are those the actual CPUs? Yeah. Oh, cool.
All this is the motherboard, and these two things are the CPUs, as you can see.
Why don't we take the CPU out? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that's gonna be so cool.
How are you doing? This is the CPU, the brains of the computer. This CPU was made by Intel. This is the second CPU. This is the brains of the computer. Actually, the CPU is like a conductor of an orchestra. It tells all the components what to do. This particular computer had two CPUs. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It performs billions of calculations per second, and that's why it gets so hot and needs to be cooled. I'm now going to remove the optical drive where the CDs and DVDs go. Haha, cool. I'm just going to pull it. Now we can add this to the list. All these components that I can touch is called hardware. The things that we can't touch in a computer is called software, like browsers, Word, and apps, and things like that. They just code. These are the major components of a computer. These are the hard drives. Those are the RAMs. That's the graphics card. These are the two heatsinks. And this is the most important part of a computer, the brains, called the CPUs. And this, of course, is the motherboard where everything attaches to. These are all the components that goes into a computer. And I think that's amazing.